Kenrya Naasei has combined her journey as a parent with her love for Mother Earth. The result, her blog, Black and Green Mama. Kenrya, it's good to have you with us. First of all, I love the name of the blog.
Thank you.
What made you decide to even start a blog? Because that's a commitment.
It is a commitment, and it's a hard one to keep up when you're a mama.
Yes.
It really came because I had my daughter, she's now 3, and what I found was that a lot of my friends, especially those who hadn't actually had children yet, they kept asking, oh, well, where did you get that? How did you decide to do this? What made you pick this lotion over that one? And they kept saying, I hope you're writing all this stuff down for me. And because I am a writer, I said, well, maybe it would make more sense to just put this in a place where they could go to it instead of coming to me all the time because I'm busy with my baby.
Right.
And it turned into a blog.
Well, I love your hair. It's natural. I'm sure that was part of what you blog about. It is, right?
It is. It's actually one of the
My hair's natural, too. It's just they blew it out. But, you know, I told you it's natural. They didn't want me to wear it curly. Wah, wah. But, but I'm natural, too.
And so you know that there's a whole, not just the industry, but a community around that.
Yes.
And it's one of the things that I have written about, especially as it relates to my daughter, because the first time, I very rarely blow it out, although I'm planning on doing it next week. But the first time I did it and she saw it, she kind of didn't know who I was. Freaked me out a little bit, and I had to write about it because there's this whole struggle for me about showing her that her hair is beautiful and wanting her to know that wearing it in its natural state is done.
That's
right.
She
doesn't have to do something else. And so I kind of struggled with even wearing it straight for a week and letting her understand that it doesn't change who I am. It's just hair, which is what, you know, a lot of us who wear our hair natural are always saying. It's just hair.
Right.
It's just the way that it grows out of our head, and it's okay if we change it. It's not a political statement.
Exactly. It's what we can do.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's good that I like the way you were talking about, I think people would take that for granted, the whole hair issue and how it might impact a child, especially one as young as yours. And she's like, where's my mommy? Mommy's got hair I can grab on and it feels good in my hands. And, and now it's blown out. Don't touch it. Don't let the water.
She was a little, she just kind of, and she wasn't looking at me. She was looking at my hair, and I had to explain to her. And it took her a little while, but she was okay and she felt comfortable touching it. But
did she ask you, would you blow my hair out, Mom?
No, she did not. Well, she wasn't even 2 yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she just was more concerned about the visual of it all. But you know, she wears, she alternates between an afro herself and ponytails, and I ask her every day, what does she want to do? Ponytails or afro? And so it's always little puffs or it's big and loose. So.
Oh, that reminds me of being a little kid. Tell me, what else is the blog about? What else do you blog about?
Well, so I blog about, you know, the title's Black and Green. So it's really from the perspective of being a woman who is conscious of being a black woman raising a black child in this country. And, you know, that's something that's really on the forefront right now with everything that's going on.
Tell me about it.
And then from the perspective of being someone who cares about the earth and wants to teach my child to respect the earth and how that relates to her, her personal journey. So much of what I hear from moms who read the blog is that it makes them think about being green for the first time. I think that there's something about being a parent that makes you more careful about these kind of things.
And I think having an African-American woman who is talking about being natural and being green, I think that you are a bit of an anomaly. And I think that we need a blog like you. We need someone like you who is African-American, who is trying to do things from the natural perspective, and who's trying to educate and explain why it's important for us to be green. Because someone said the other day to me, oh, your hair smells good, and I was like, darn it. Because that means there's perfume in it, and there's all this other, you know what I'm saying? If you're going natural and you're trying to, you know, really give yourself a break and make sure that everything that's going inside your body is good, that takes a lot of work. And for some people, especially African Americans, we think it's going to cost a lot of money.
It's true, and I think in some ways it can. You know, when I first, I used to wear my hair straight and this short, and I finally got tired of it and just had my stylist cut off the straight stuff and started wearing it in 2009. So I've been growing it for about 5 years, and so much of trying to find my way was figuring out what to do with it. I'd had a relaxer in my hair since I was 8, 9.
No, me too.
I didn't know what my real texture looked like. I didn't know what products to put in it because it's not the same thing. You're not putting grease in your hair. You're not putting blue magic in your hair. Once you stop
pressing
straightening
combs
it.
not out with that smell.
So it was a matter of really trying to figure it out, and that cost me some money. I was lucky in that I have some other friends who had already gone that way and been wearing their hair natural for a while, so it kind of cut my learning curve a bit. But you know, these are things that happen, and so that's one of the things that I hope to do with the blog, is to kind of be a shortcut for folks, to help them to get through the costly stuff and say, hey, this is some of the stuff that works, and then to send them to other resources, you know, sites like Curly Nikki's site and things like that, where these things are being tested and you can get there a little faster and cheaper.
Now, do you have a YouTube channel as well?
I don't, not for blackandgreenmama.com.
I'm recommending that you do, because there's so many other, I mean, I watch obviously a lot of YouTube channels in natural hair, and what you're doing is great, because you're doing the black hair and the green thing, and there's a space for that. I haven't seen that yet. I see a lot of people trying to turn the natural hair into other things, but the green is very important, because I have people on the show, I've had a couple of people who talk about the importance of us as African Americans starting to go green. But let's be clear, when you're going natural with your hair, it costs money.
It does.
You think, oh, it's going to be cheaper, but you got to figure out what product works with my curl pad. What is my curl pattern?
What is my curl pattern, and how do I? And when you're bringing it to the kids, it's different. The products I use in my hair are not the exact same ones that I use in my daughter's hair, because her pattern is different from mine. So I had to. It was trial and error with her even to figure out what was going to work. And it's a process. But once you get there, hopefully, you find something that makes you happy and makes you feel good too. So.
Yay, Kenrya Naasei, blogger of Black and Green Mama. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I enjoy myself.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. But think about a YouTube channel.
I will.
Because you also are a good speaker. And stay with us. We'll be right back.